It was Christmas Eve, and the city looked beautiful from the outside, lights glowing, snow gently falling, laughter spilling out of warm homes. But inside a parked police car, a young female cop sat alone, her hands trembling on the steering wheel. She was lost, not just on the road, but in her heart. Her phone battery had died. Her GPS was gone. And for the first time since she put on the badge, she felt completely helpless. She had no idea that in just a few minutes, a simple act of kindness would change her life forever. She stared through the windshield, blinking back tears, wondering how she had ended up here on Christmas night, cold, tired, and scared. What she didn't know was that someone was already watching her, not with suspicion or fear, but with quiet concern. Before we continue, take a second to support stories like this. If you believe in kindness, humanity, and the power of small actions, subscribe to the channel Kindness Hub, like this video, and share your thoughts in the comments. Your support helps keep these stories alive. The young officer's name was Emily. She had recently transferred to this city and volunteered for the Christmas shift because she thought staying busy would be easier than sitting alone at home. Her parents lived across the country, her recent breakup still hurt, and she told herself that helping others was enough. But tonight, the silence felt heavier than usual. Her patrol route had taken her into a neighborhood she didn't know well. Snow covered the street signs, and the familiar landmarks disappeared. When her car suddenly stalled near a small convenience store, panic crept in. She tried the radio, nothing. The engine wouldn't turn over. She wrapped her arms around herself, feeling the cold sink deep into her bones. Across the street, a black single dad named Marcus noticed the police car sitting there longer than usual. Marcus was on his way home with his 8-year-old son, Jamal. They had just finished a long shift at the diner where Marcus worked extra hours to make Christmas happen. Jamal held a small paper bag with a sandwich inside, humming softly to himself. Marcus slowed down. He had learned long ago to be careful around police. Life had taught him that not every uniform meant safety. But tonight, something felt different. The car wasn't moving. The officer inside didn't look alert, she looked broken. "Dad, why is that lady sitting there?" Jamal asked. Marcus looked again. He saw her wipe her face with her sleeve. He saw fear, not authority. He took a deep breath and made a decision. "Stay close to me," he said gently. Marcus approached slowly, hands visible, his voice calm. Emily noticed him in her side mirror and stiffened. Her training kicked in, but her fear was louder. When Marcus spoke, his tone surprised her. "Ma'am, are you okay?" he asked. "I saw you sitting here for a while. It's cold out." Emily hesitated, then nodded weakly. "My car, it died. And my phone is dead. I'm new here. I don't know where I am." Marcus didn't smile. He didn't joke. He didn't judge. He simply nodded, as if her problem was now his too. "All right," he said. "Let's get you warm first." He offered her his extra jacket without hesitation. Emily tried to refuse, but Marcus gently insisted. Jamal stepped forward and held up the paper bag. "I got half a sandwich," Jamal said shyly. "You can have it." That was the moment Emily broke. She turned away, tears falling freely now. No training had prepared her for this. A man who owed her nothing, a child with barely enough, offering comfort on the loneliest night of the year. Marcus called his neighbor, an older man who knew cars well. While they waited, Marcus invited Emily to sit on the steps of the closed store, away from the cold wind. They talked. Not about the badge, not about race, not about fear, but about life. Emily shared how she joined the force to help people. Marcus shared how he was raising Jamal alone after his wife passed away, trying every day to teach his son to be kind in a world that wasn't always kind back. Jamal listened quietly, swinging his legs, watching snowflakes land on his gloves. When the neighbor arrived and fixed the car, Emily stood up, wiping her face. She felt lighter, warmer, not because the engine worked again, but because her heart did. She reached into her wallet and pulled out some cash. "Please," she said, "for helping me." Marcus gently pushed her hand away. "No," he said firmly. "This is Christmas. We help because it's right. Not because we're paid." Emily swallowed hard. She knelt down in front of Jamal. "Thank you," she said softly. "I'll never forget this." As she drove away, she didn't just feel rescued. She felt reminded why she wore the uniform in the first place. Weeks later, Emily returned to that neighborhood on her day off. She brought groceries, toys, and a handwritten letter for Jamal. But more than that, she brought a promise, to lead with kindness, to see people before labels, and to never forget that sometimes, the ones who save us don't wear badges at all. That Christmas night didn't make the news. There were no cameras, no applause. Just a broken car, a cold street, and a single dad who chose compassion over fear. And sometimes, that's how the world changes, not loudly, but quietly, one kind moment at a time. As you go about your day, remember this: you never know who feels lost, who feels alone, or who just needs someone to ask, "Are you okay?" Be that person. Spread kindness. Because one small act can change everything.